You are, it seems, a man of many skills. A rare combination.
Approximately, how much do you make a week?
Alrighty, what's Gucci, guys? So, you're bullish on MMED. Let's go. Alright, so I want to break this down for you guys because I want you guys to understand, like, why do I think that this stock is going higher? Okay, because this is the important, like, concept that you want to grasp, because I've been using this exact strategy for many stocks and it's made me a lot of money. So by being able to identify this pattern and being able to sit through the consolidation and control your emotions when the price is going up and down is absolutely crucial, because we don't know how long it will take to play out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you examples, right? Here we have NEO, right? Now what happens here on NEO, right? This is just a similar example to what's going on to MMED. We have a 145% move to the upside, right? So that's a pretty strong move. But what happens after that is we consolidated for 39 days straight sideways before we had another breakout move of 53%. And then after that, what happened? Consolidated sideways before we had a larger move, right? Okay, so now let's look at Tesla. So we have Tesla here. It makes same thing, right? Large move, consolidation. Large move of 82%, long, lengthy consolidation. Let's see how long this one lasted for. 77 days of consolidation, okay? So here we have AMD, right? Look at this. It makes a nice strong move to the upside, going up over 100%, and it consolidates sideways, right? For a long period of time, we're consolidating. How long? Let's check. We go, this one's 149 days of sideways consolidation, right? So now when we look back at MMED at these levels, this is what I see, okay? We have a beautiful break to the upside and it went 235%, okay? Now, from there, we've had a almost 50% dip, but now it is holding these levels. We are digesting this long burst of a move, this strong move to the upside. We're now digesting it. So it takes time, right? For the stock needs to consolidate for it to make another healthy leg up in its cycle. So right now, this was a nice bullish uptrend. Now we're in an equilibrium, sideways trading. This is healthy. But the thing here is we don't know how long it's going to last. It's been 58 days. Are we going to get a breakout now? Like, is it going to happen now? Is it going to happen next week? When is it going to happen? Like, because the thing about trading is, like, we could see this dip a little bit further and then that could stop some people out of the trade. Damn, like, it happened to go down another 15%. I'm out. So this is what I'm seeing here, and I'm going to explain this in as much detail as I can in a short time frame, okay? So it made its highs. Let's mark it off right away. It made highs at $6.47. We have a demand zone down here where every time the stock has come down at this level, it's been a buy. You can tell because 1 got bought up, 2 bought up, 3, 4 times it's been in this range and it's got bought up. So we'll mark that for now. We have a nice clear resistance zone right here. I'll mark it from here and go sideways. This is our resistance zone or our supply zone, whatever you want to call it. Every time price has gotten up to this level, it can't break over it. Comes down, tries, fails. Tries, fails again. We also have a small supply zone range in here. Now, I've explained this before in a few other videos, but when you knock on a zone enough times, it eventually will break. So think of it like this, right? Comes down, and now we have a new level to play at, right? So it came up to this zone 1, 2, 3, 4 times before it broke over. But imagine there's like 500,000 shares of people wanting to wait to sell. So it comes up 400,000, 300,000, 200,000, and then it breaks over. You get what I'm trying to say? If that makes sense, then stick with me here, because we're in an important area on MMED, and this is where I think, this is why I'm bullish, is because I think we're going to have a breakout sooner rather than later. We've come a long way in this consolidation. We've broken out of this range, and then we came back down, and it didn't come back to test this demand zone. That's bullish, because there's enough buyers that have elevated this level. So now let's just move this up here, right? We'll move it into this range. That's where I want to be watching on MMED. Now, this range, previously, we had some trouble. Resistance, 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 right? So we're going to keep that there, because as you could see, as it tried to break over this time, it tried to retest this level, but it wasn't strong enough as a demand zone, so it broke through it again. Now, when we caught over it this time, it tested, good test, comes over, and now we have the 8 EMA lined up with us. Buying in this range is happening because there's a wick here. It didn't break down to this level. Didn't break down to. We got a nice wick today. So I'm going to zoom into the 4 hour. You kind of can see a little bit of a better look. When we get into this range, it's starting to be a buy now. So this is now, we want to see it continuously act as a demand zone. Now, this is now our trouble we have to worry about. This zone here is our last resistance or supply zone before we get to our previous all-time high. So we have to take care of this zone first. Now, another thing, I'm just going to clear this up for you guys. Another thing that I'm starting to see here on MMED, I don't know if you guys can see it, but we're starting to form a wedge. This is another bullish pattern I really like to see. So if you line it up here, it had that wick, came down, and it's touched multiple times here. Now look, this trend line here is acting as resistance. We come up, rejection, 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 rejection. What we like to see is that there's higher lows being made into this rejection. Now, could this higher low get broken? For sure. What we could potentially see here, and I'm just going to paint out a few different scenarios that could happen. We could see something like this where it keeps getting rejected, and we might have to test this lower trend line now. And now that, and if that does happen, what we want to see is this trend line act as support. We want to see it then come here and bounce off of this trend line. Or worst case scenario, we want to see it bounce off of this previous demand zone, because now that this demand zone was strong enough and this pullback came down and didn't even come back to this demand zone, this is now our most relevant support or demand zone, if you see what I'm saying. So these are my eyes on MMED. This is what I want to see happen. I either want to see a break right now because we have a nice kind of bull flag pattern happening right here, where we have the pull of the move right here, and now it's been slowly consolidating sideways healthily. Because if you check this volume, right, look at this volume here. This is when it's telling us, okay, we're ready to go. Look at this big green volume. We're ready to go. We're ready to go, right? It's moving big on the big volume days. Look at this volume throughout this period of consolidation from December 14th to now. All of this area, look at the volume. It's dropped off. That's healthy consolidation volume. We want to see that. Now, what would help us in our case now is if we see that big volume spike and we get that break of the trend line, right? So what could happen is there's a few different scenarios. And as a trader, you want to have, or as an investor, you want to have all the different scenarios that could potentially happen in your head, because nobody really knows what's going to happen. I'd be lying if I said to you, oh, I know that this is going to happen. No, I'm just basically playing off what the chart is telling me, and I can now prepare myself in a way where if I'm right, I'm going to get paid. Keep in mind, I've been in since like 340 range. So there's no chance I would sell at this area. It's still way higher than I got in. So we could see this breakout, and there you go. We're going to go break through this resistance zone, and then we're going to, this is our last line. We could break this trend line here, test this zone, and then fly. That'd be great. We all want to see that happen. But if that doesn't happen, what could potentially go down is we fiddle around in this range a little bit more and get it even tighter and tighter, right? And then we go for the breakout. If that happens, that's still bullish in my opinion. That's given us more opportunity to gather shares. If you see that another higher low is being made and it doesn't break down below this, dude, that's bullish. That's another good sign. What also could happen is we might get the break, like tomorrow, get the break, come up, back test this trend line to make sure it's support, and then go for the run. That would be another great bullish opportunity to enter if we see it break and come back to retest this area. So these are all a few different things that I want to kind of show you guys, like, yo, this is why I think the stock's bullish. I'm not just saying it's going to go up. I'm giving you reasons, and I'm telling you, hey, I could very well be wrong here. I could very well be wrong here, and this could come right back down to 340, and then it'll stop me out of the trade. I don't think that's going to happen, though. So that's my little breakdown of Mmed. I really hope it helped. Comment down below if you have any tickers that you're interested in and you would like for me to break down. I'd be glad to do that, and I have a lot of fun doing that. So if this helps you get a more clear understanding of what the stock is actually doing, comment down below a stock you want me to cover. I am also I'm going to be upgrading the content a little bit, so check out this camera visual at the bottom left of your screen, and then in the next few videos I post, if you notice a difference in the quality, let me know, because the camera that I got is sick and I'm really looking forward to the new upgrade on the content. So keep that on the lookout. Cheers, guys.